Well, it's cloudy and rainy, a little sprinkly this morning, and a little cooler, which is really nice. So I have a wisteria up here, and I have these little light up, twinkle light, I don't know what you call them, stakes. They're solar. So I put them up here. So now my wisteria is always blooming. So it's time to go make some coffee, and I have to put this stuff away. Those are lights. I'm trying to figure out which ones still work, which ones don't. But I haven't gotten around to it. So, all right, let's go make some coffee. Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Well, today it's raining a little bit today, drizzling. Right now it's stopped. It would be nice to have some rain, just a nice gentle, maybe all day rain or part of the day. That would be nice. But I'm sure it'll get sunny this afternoon. The high is going to be 83 here in Ohio. So I'm thinking about going to see my mom today. She probably has to go shopping. And it's been a few days since I've been over there. So it's time to go over and maybe take her shopping. I don't know if she needs anything. I'll have to see when I get there. But anyway, yesterday I went with my daughter and granddaughter and their grandpa to a horse show, and that was nice. It's been a long time since I've been anywhere near a horse. I had a horse named Apache many years ago. That was before my daughter was born. So it was over 40 years ago, and he was a good boy. He was a Palomino, and the neighbor that I had back then was into horses. So she got me involved with riding, and it was really fun. I've always loved horses ever since I was a little girl. So that was kind of a dream come true for me when I had my own horse. But unfortunately, it got to the point where it just got too expensive to maintain the stall rental and everything, because I didn't have the land to keep a horse. So my neighbor kept the horse. So anyway, he had a good life. They were good to their horses. So that's kind of my plan today, is to go over my mom's. I don't know, I have to see how she's feeling, if she's feeling like going out at all. If not, maybe I'll just go for a visit. And I don't know, we'll see. So it is humid, even though it's not real hot. If the sun comes out, it's going to really be humid. So, yeah, yesterday the heat was brutal. I felt like I had taken a shower in my clothes by the time I got home. But it was fun anyway, and very dusty. You can imagine with all those horses kicking up the dust. It was pretty dusty. So the first thing that I did when I got home was I hopped in the shower and got rid of all that dust. I don't know how the cowboys used to do it back in the day. You know, they were always on a horse and with riding in the mud, and oh, that must have been a hard life. But, you know, girls do love cowboys. So anyway, let's put a little cream in the coffee. So I really feel like staying home today and getting some things done inside the house since I've been working out in the garden. Been kind of neglecting my indoor chores. I mean, it's not horrendous, but it still needs some spiffying up. That's just the way it is. Always something clamoring for your attention. So I'm going to put a little cold foam on here again because I like it. And it's still, buying the cold foam is still a whole lot cheaper than going and buying a coffee shop coffee, even though I do like to do that sometimes with my daughter. So cheers. It's nice to meet up with friends and share a coffee. It doesn't always have to be a big lunch or a big expensive dinner. Even going somewhere like Panera or a coffee shop and just having a coffee and a pastry is nice. I like to do that. Tom and I, when I was married to Tom, we used to do that a lot. We'd go to a coffee shop and have a coffee and a pastry. I need a new coffee shop buddy, I think. Just, for chat and coffee, and yeah, I really enjoyed that. I kind of miss that. So anyway, I'll have to see how the day goes, and I'll be back a little later. I'm going to go enjoy my coffee. All right, here is tonight's dinner. I finished up a head of iceberg lettuce, and I had also made a cucumber and tomato salad, so I combined the two of them and used the juice from the tomatoes and cucumber as the dressing, and I also had some pickled beets left over. I love pickled beets. So I made that and put some pepitas on top, and I'm trying to use up what I have, but I was intrigued by these stuffed gnocchis, so I got those at Aldis. And then I had 3 slices of vegan lunch meat left, the peppered, and so I just fried that up. So that'll be some protein. The pepitas will be protein. So let me give these a try. And I just fried these up in some garlic olive oil. So let's see how they taste. They're very good. They really don't need any seasoning. They don't need any sauce. So I'm going to enjoy this dinner tonight. All right. I'll be back in just a minute and show you what I got at Aldi's. So today I did spend money. All right. Well, I just got back from taking my mom shopping, grocery shopping. And, it was a pleasant day. We stopped at Panera and had a couple of treats and a coffee. And then I had to take her for a couple of errands, and we went to Aldi's. So, but then on the way home, I stopped at Firestone and got an estimate for my tires. And he checked and he said, I need 3 new ones. He said the one is still good. So that's good. But it's going to run around $900 for the 3 tires, which is way better than what I thought it was going to be, because with my car, my Buick Cascada, it takes specialty tires. They're low profile and they're larger tires. So I just want to get that done and out of the way before winter. So, and the reason I went with Firestone was because the price was decent. And they're like all-weather tires, and they have free financing for 6 months. So that's the option I'm going with. So Thursday I have to go have my tires done, and he said it'll take a couple of hours. But then on the way home, I had found these underwear at my mom's Aldi's, and I like these because they're thin and stretchy, but her store did not have my size. So I checked at the Aldis on the way home, and they're hipsters, and they're nice. They're, what I like about them is they're very lightweight and stretchy. So I got 2 packs of those. They were like $4 and something for each pack, which I thought was very reasonable. So I got those, and that's for, it's a 5-pack. So yeah, it was very reasonable. So I got 2 packs of those. And then I got, this was only $2.49, and it's a real nice, soft, plush throw. Yeah, so I figured, and the color's nice, so I figured for $2.49, it was on markdown. I picked that up. So I got that, and then I need some new scissors. The ones I have are kind of getting dull. So this was $4 and something for all these scissors, and I thought they were pretty because they have little flowers on them. So I picked that up. So today obviously was a spend day. And then I wanted to try these tomato basil stuffed gnocchis. That sounded really good. And it said you can fry these in some oil till they brown up a little bit. So I'm going to have these for dinner. And I also picked up some balsamic glaze, because I did get some tomatoes, which I shouldn't eat, but I do. And I have some mozzarella cheese, and I have basil that I cut off my basil plants. So I can have some of that. I can even have it with these. And this one is, did I say it's tomato basil stuffed? But anyway, that was it. I spent $25, which didn't break the bank. So I was happy with my purchases. So that's what I got at Aldi's, and the tires will be in on Thursday. So I'm not looking forward to that, but I was more figuring on anywhere from $1,200 to $1,500. But since I opened the credit card, and I had one before from Firestone with my other car, and I haven't used it in a long, long time. So of course they close your credit card if you don't use it, because I didn't need it. So I opened a new one, and he gave me $75 off for opening a new one. And I mean, he could have upsold me for 4 tires, but he didn't. He said the 1 tire is perfectly fine. So I only needed 3. So like I said, I had figured on way more. And it probably would have been closer to $1,200 if I had needed 4 tires, because they were $200 and something a piece. So, but I always get them at the same Firestone, and they've actually, they don't try to upsell you a lot of stuff. So anyway, that was my day today. So I am going to have to bite the bullet and get some new tires. My mechanic guy that is actually a friend of the family, he told me over a year ago, like a couple years ago, that I needed new tires, and I didn't get them then. So I kind of been putting it off, but one of the tires I hit a curb, and it has a little gash in it, just the rubber part. It didn't go all the way through. And the guy at the tire at Firestone, he said, yeah, you definitely need to replace that tire anyway. So I figured I might as well just, the other ones needed replacing too. He measured them. So anyway, well, the best laid plans of mice and men. But I'll definitely be able to pay off the tires before the 6 months is over. And what I do is I figure out exactly how much I have to pay every month, and I set up an auto pay through my bank, and then before it becomes due every month, I pay that chunk of money, and that way I don't have to pay it all off at once, and it's done before all the interest kicks in. I buy so many things that way, and it works out just great for me. So, all right, my friends, well, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share, and thanks for watching.